Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. As I'm recording this, I take this as my day to give thanks as a Thankful Thursday theme. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for joining me and for listening. I hope you'll come back. And to all those that are returning, thank you so much for your continuous support. Thank you for subscribing. And pass on the word, share, my podcast with everybody and anybody that you know that can take something away from this. But today, it's a new day, it's a new episode, and a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning because guess what? We get another chance to live our life the way we want because tomorrow is not promised, right? Be here, show up, and be present. So thank you so much for being here with me. Today happens to be Thursday as I'm recording this, and how fitting it is, right? So Thankful Thursday is a perfect theme. I want to start off by having gratitude for everything that I have in my life, the people in my life, as you guys are, like yourself, being my listeners, my personal family and friends, my home, my means of transportation, my health, and my purpose in life. I am thankful for my children, first and foremost, who loves me unconditionally and looks to me for guidance, for love, for nurturing, and for protecting them. They are my gift in life. So I'm grateful for them every day, not just today. And the other very important person in my life is the man in my life, my soulmate, even though we're not married yet, who has, he has stood by my side through thick and thin. No matter the distance, where you don't live in the same state, but we've gone through a lot in the past few years, a lot of challenges. Yet, despite all of that, we've been committed to each other. We know we want to continue to be with each other. So when things come up, we keep fighting for each other. You found the right person when that person will make whatever sacrifices to be with you, because you can't see yourself with anybody else. Then that's the person you want to be with. When you have that connection on every level, share similar values and outlooks on life, and remain supporting each other in our personal journeys, that's what I call true love in my eyes. I don't know how you guys see a relationship or what works for you, but for me, through thick and thin, we had a lot of challenges in the past few years. Yet, despite all that, like I said, we hung on to each other. And we just know that there's not a day or a second that goes by when we're not with each other, that we're not thinking of each other. So when you have someone in your life like that, you've met your match, because I know he's my match, and I pray that one day we'll be, in the same household, in the same home. But until then, I'm just thankful for what we have right now, and I'm also thankful for my extended families, my siblings, especially my baby sister. She's been there, as well, cheering me on no matter what I was going through, and I know I could always depend on her for her support and her love, and for her to continue being one of my biggest fans. But overall, I'm thankful for my friends that continue to remain friends, even after my life transition from a married life to a single mom. I'm thankful again. To continue on with the thankfulness of today, just having gratitude for today. Last but not least, it's my place of business, my brokerage, the broker who understands my place in life. Even with the projects I am currently working on to coincide with my real estate business, to create value for my future clients, she supports me. You're at the right place when you feel inspired to continue being your authentic self and have someone that believes in you and your greatness and your mission. So how I start my day or how you should start your day is how you set the stage or tone for the rest of your day and the rest of your life. When your morning alarm goes off, how you get up will dictate your outlook on where you are in life currently. If you are upset or don't feel like facing your day or wanting to go into work, it's time for a change because you're not living the life that you want or desire. Be honest with yourself and see it for what it is. If you're not happy, make a decision today to do something about it. It's the only life you have. Why not live it the way it should be lived? You should look forward to each morning because you are alive and have another chance to create another precious memory, create another fulfilling experience. You will never get this moment back once the day is over, once the day is gone. Why not live out loud every day? This is why I am creating the contents for my podcast, my publishing projects, and one is actually in the review status with Amazon. Once that review step is complete and been approved, I will be able to share when it can be purchased and distributed. This is an exciting time because I chose to start living my life. I see life differently when I finally discovered my purpose in life. As Bob Proctor stated, you don't decide what your purpose is in life, you discover it. Your purpose is your reason for living. Me personally, my purpose is not only to be present for myself and for my loved ones, but be able to impact other people's lives through my podcasts, my books, my future speaking engagements, and other platforms by sharing stories that will encourage, motivate, inspire, and uplift another person. If through my work, or I consider them my life's projects, I was able to impact even one person's life, I have accomplished my lifetime goal. My mission is to try to impact as many lives as possible as I continue with my journey. Who knew that 30 years ago, I would be embarking on this extraordinary journey, speaking publicly and expressing my innermost feelings, my emotions so openly and unapologetically. As a child, I was beyond timid and afraid of everything, even having direct eye contacts. I didn't look people in the eyes until I was taught in school in America when I came here as a child that it was considered good manners and the proper way to connect with someone. So you had to have eye contact. But growing up as an Asian child in an Asian culture, looking somebody in the eyes was considered being rude and disrespectful. So it was not an easy transition, to say the least. Like I said, that notion that it was okay to look someone in the eyes when they spoke to you was foreign to me. So I came up, I was brought up in a different culture altogether. But I continue to better myself, to know, to adjust and make things happen and make things work. The past 15 years have really opened my eyes to see so many possibilities and visions that just from my mere exposure to the countless mentors I've encountered, some through a personal event, and others were through books I've read, and lots of them were through all the YouTubes that I've been watching, all the videos that I've watched. It's what had helped me to get me to where I am today, going through all the changes in my life. These motivational YouTube videos had empowered me to move on and to move forward and to get up every day to make something of my life. And these astounding leaders and visionaries have shown me that the sky is no longer the limit. Everyone from Tony Robbins, who I've gone to almost all of his events, and Wayne Dyer, from listening to his videos when he had speaking engagements, and from reading his many books. Oprah, huge fan of mine. Well, I'm a huge fan of hers. Hopefully one day she'll be a fan of mine. But I've always watched her. She was a big inspirational figure for me, being a woman, being a minority. And she's touched so many people's lives, and she's touched mine, specifically. And it has just shown me that anybody from anywhere, no matter where you came from or what your background was, you can be someone if you want it bad enough. And amongst all the people I've listed, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Oprah, there's Stephen Covey with the book that my kids had learned in, school when they were in preschool, 4 years old through 6th grade. They were taught the 7 highly habits of effective people. And the works of Louise Hay, Warren Buffett, Earl Nightingale, Napoleon Hill, John Rockefeller, Les Brown, and of course, Bob Proctor. All these inspirational leaders and visionaries have helped guide me through their work and their speeches to continue to evolve in my journey to become what I am today, to do my own show, to do my own podcast, and write my own books, because they have empowered me to pursue my dreams, my goals that, even with their own experiences, they made themselves to be somebody. And here's my chance to make someone of myself, to be the person that I always wanted to be, to, like I said, impact someone's lives through my, podcasts and my other publishings. So I've never felt more liberated and empowered when, I started accepting who I am, loving myself and being honest with myself. And you could do that as well. You'll, sense that feeling. You'll know the feeling when you can truly accept yourself for who you are. And one of the quotes from Bob Proctor was that change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice. And I made that choice to do something. I decided not too long ago that after I turned 50, that it was time to live, make the changes I need to make in my life to better myself and start growing in leaps and bounds. It's taken me half a century to finally make it a reality. I've wasted some times, and I've gone through some experience. Like I said, my experiences have gotten me to where I am today. But now I'm going to take that experience and create something even more meaningful and more epic. Here's my life. Here's my chance. So when you know what your purpose is, be obsessed. Live it, dream it, and crave the hunger, be hungry for more, be obsessed. For example, the one project that I just mentioned earlier that is going through the review process at Amazon, I just completed it a few days ago. And it took me a while to put it all together. And I've stayed up until 3 a.m. a few days ago working on the editing and formatting until I couldn't see straight. Then I got up again that same morning at 7 a.m. to continue the process, to keep going. I finally had the finished product working straight through after picking up my kids from school until 10 p.m. that night. After a rigorous few weeks of editing and reviewing it with a fine-tooth comb for over 2 to 3 weeks, it finally came together. Now it's just the waiting process. I'm practicing my virtue of being patient. It's not an easy virtue for me, but I don't have a choice. So I continue to wait, just waiting. It's a waiting game right now. But every day I check daily to see if the status has changed, to say I can go ahead and press the publish button. Once again, when you live and breathe your life's project, you've become obsessed with it every waking moment. Others will not understand or see how important that project means to you, it's okay. Let them think you're crazy. Like I said, it's the hunger and the drive that will get you where you want. Whether it's, to finish a project, close on a deal, like in real estate, completing a marathon after you train for months on end, or accomplishing any goal that you set out to do, big or small. If it means something to you, be obsessed with it, because only you can truly appreciate the process and what it took to get you to that finish line. Be proud of yourself. I literally cried when I got to the finished project and was able to say publish. But like I said, because it's still in the review process, I'm still ecstatic. This project, for me personally, is a step towards my many more publishing projects, more projects in the works right now. It's been an exhilarating and invigorating experience, even with sleepless nights, because I wanted to meet my deadline that I put on myself. I was off by a few days, but still ecstatic that it all came to fruition. I remind myself that life is a game, but we find ways to win. And don't compete with someone else, compete with yourself. It's a game within yourself, but it's just that competition, that drive is going to get you to that next step. So repetition or practice gets us better. So we have to be consistent in whatever we do in order to achieve whatever it is that we set out to do. Like with this project, this is my first project that I'm actually publishing. But I've been curating and practicing my art, so to speak, the writing process and everything else for a long time. I first started writing my book back in 2016, but it's taking me a while, and that book is still in the works. But all in all, whether I started my real big project that I started in 2016 and still working on it, it's taken a while, but I'm still pushing forward with it. Took some time off because of life, things that had happened in the past few years. It was kind of put on the back burner for a time, and then brought back to life, and then put back on the back burner again. But now I'm reviving it, and we'll be working on that shortly after this one is published. But just like in life with all of us, I can't improve on the steps that I didn't take, and you can't improve on steps that you haven't taken. Take a risk, even if you fail. When you have setbacks or faced with a challenge, you can complain about them or learn from it and find a solution or a way out of it. Don't play safe. Take the risk of failing, or even the risk of embarrassment. Our mistakes are not our regrets. They are the chances that we never took. As Shakespeare stated, our doubts are our traitor. Start letting go of your doubts and start taking chances. You've got at least 10,000 times to make a mistake, like Thomas Edison did. Yours might take less. What do you have to lose? The answer is nothing, but everything to gain. If you failed, you know not to repeat that again. Albert Einstein said it best: insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting something different, expecting a different result. In order to change your life, you need to change. You need to change your habits, your perception. And guess what? Things will change for you, just like it's doing for me. I'm not where I want to be just yet, but I'm building myself up to that point. It's a start, Like words mean nothing until you put those words into action. As always, action speaks louder than words. People they don't care what you tell them that you're planning to do or what you're trying to do until you have a proven product or you've accomplished that goal and they can see it. visibly in front of them, because a lot of people, it's human nature not to be able to believe something until you see it. So whatever you plan to do, follow through with that promise first to yourself. And you don't owe it to anybody. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. But if you promise yourself to finish something, finish it, follow through. Because then you can only have that confidence to keep going, to pursue other dreams and other goals. If you can't finish one, don't continue with the next. Just like all the other people, you don't have to have a lot of experiences or have been a master at what you're doing at your craft to be someone or to make something great. You just have to start somewhere. And like for myself, sometimes you just have to step away, find your own space, and work on that creativity or talent before you expose yourself to the whole world. You can expose yourself to the world even if it's not perfect, but at least you attempted it and you tried, and you're still trying to perfect that project or that goal. At least you're still in the process of growth and making it happen, because there is no perfection, just progress and growth. If you are not learning and growing, you are stagnant and might as well be considered dead to the world. The change will be shown through your actions, and your products or dream will be realized once you put that action to work, whatever that may be. Just remember, have a commitment to not be perfect, but to have courage, to give yourselves a chance in life. Having courage does not have to mean we know everything or have all the answers. Just know that you're going after your dreams and giving it all you've got, because you will always get what you focus on, good or bad. Whatever you think of, you will find, because really, thoughts do become things. Your mind is a powerful tool, because all the stuff that we presently see in our lives right now, it came from someone's thoughts. Whether they're cars or home or something, someone thought of that to make it the thing that it is. Technology or, your furniture in your home, they were all a thought at one time until someone made it a reality and made something out of it. So use that thought of yours, use it for the good and not create havoc for yourself. And again, every day that we wake up, it's another chance for a new beginning. So this could be a beginning of a new chapter of your dreams, or continue where you are, living the life that you've been living. And if you're content where you are, then continue living the way you are. And if you're not, change up your story, because it's all up to you. It takes only one decision to change your life's trajectory, your life's direction. And only those that can see the invisible can see the possibilities. Not everyone will see your vision. You have to see where you want to be and find the path to get there. Be relentless. Never quit, even if others can't see it. Like I said, they may laugh or talk about you behind your back, or maybe even in front of you. Some are very bold, but only you know what you need to do to get where you want to be. Only you can make it happen if you want it bad enough. Take the responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Win or lose, failure or success. It all comes down to the one person, you. Look in the mirror and point that finger at that person in front of you. This is the only way you will grow and progress. accepting the truth and changing what needs to be changed to better yourself, it's going to be a huge factor. You just have to own it, embrace it, and grow from it. So I don't know where you are in life right now. If your career is what you're after, and if money is your sole purpose, you're putting your family aside or putting everything else on the back burner and just pursuing money in itself. Chasing the money alone will make you alone because it will not create success. Money alone cannot bring you happiness. Truly successful people are not obsessed with money. They are obsessed with creating value, and the money will come. It's about having that purpose in your life. When you're happy doing what you're doing, the money will come. Like Ed Milet, who is an author and a speaker, an entrepreneur, and he was like the top 50, under 50 wealthiest person in the US or in the world, said, you are one decision, one choice, one thought, one idea from a totally different life, a life of purpose, of love, of happiness, of fulfillment. Your new life is closer than you think. Make today your day to make it a new beginning, a new chapter in your life. Remember, stories are told by the bold and the risk takers. Be bold and take a chance on yourself. Have a blessed day. Thank you again for tuning into my podcast. Whether this is your first time listening to my show or returning for more, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please feel free to share the link to my show with your peers. As in all areas of our lives, in our personal or businesses, a referral is one of the greatest compliments to anyone. Thank you in advance for spreading the message. You are enough and you are worthy. You have a purpose. Go out there and discover that purpose and share with the world. Continue to live your life the way you always dreamt of living. You are listening to Living Life by Design with Chai. Thank you again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.